Vinicius Jr.'s performance against Manchester City is still making waves. The Brazilian has been receiving praise from all over the world. Commentators, former players, and newspapers everywhere have acknowledged Vini's immense talent. It's no secret that Vinicius Jr. has been one of the most decisive players in the Champions League in recent years. However, it seems like City's fans weren't aware of this and ended up provoking the wrong guy. Naturally, after the stunning comeback, Vini was not about to let it slide and took the opportunity to mock the City supporters. So, if you want to see what Vinicius did, but before we continue, subscribe to the channel to help us grow, because I noticed that 80% of the people watching our videos aren't subscribed. Please, leave a like and subscribe to help us reach 5,000 subscribers. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. First, let's aim for 1,000 likes on this video. Now that you've subscribed, let's get to the news. After all the taunts Vini received from City fans and the moment Rodri took a picture of the crowd provoking the Brazilian, a brief exchange with journalists after City's 3-2 defeat to Real Madrid on Tuesday caught everyone's attention. The Spanish midfielder was seen recording the banner with his phone and smirking as he read the message celebrating his Ballon d'Or victory and urging Vini Jr. to stop complaining. Later, in the mixed zone, Spanish reporters asked Rodri about the massive banner displayed in the stands. His response was short and to the point. "It was great," he simply stated. "I think he felt the sting of the result and might have even deleted all the pictures he took of the fans' provocation." That serious expression after the match was a stark contrast to the excitement he had at the beginning when he joined in on the teasing. Let me know in the comments what you think about Rodri's reaction. Drop a laughing emoji below. Now, it looks like the fans are regretting their actions. The organizers behind the giant banner displayed by Manchester City supporters during the Champions League match against Real Madrid, which featured an image of Rodri kissing the Ballon d'Or alongside the phrase "Stop crying so much," claimed that it was not meant to provoke Vinicius Jr., who finished second in last year's France Football Award. No one in the media actually noticed that the person the banner targeted wasn't even on the field. Real Madrid's president, Florentino Perez, allegedly spearheaded a campaign against Rodri, leading to a boycott of the ceremony by his players. The point had to be made, regardless of the match outcome, they wrote on social media. The banner was displayed on Tuesday even before the game kicked off. Manchester City itself posted an image on its X, formerly Twitter, account showing Vinicius Jr. walking into the visitors' locker room, where a picture of Rodri kissing the Ballon d'Or was plastered on the wall next to the entrance. The majority of the football world interpreted both gestures as direct provocations toward the Brazilian. Vinicius himself addressed the situation after Real Madrid's 3-2 victory, making it clear that this kind of provocation only fuels his determination even more. And based on his performance, it's fair to say that the attempt to taunt him backfired spectacularly. On the pitch, Vinicius responded in his own way, especially when the crowd jeered him. And what did Malvadeza do? He simply pointed to the badge displaying Real Madrid's 15 Champions League titles. And just look at Mbappé's reaction to Bellingham's play and goal. You can see that mix of surprise and admiration all over his face. It's not every day you witness a player completely take over a match of this caliber so effortlessly. The way Mbappé exchanged glances with the other players on the bench says a lot about the impact Vinicius Jr. had on the game. It seems like with every big match, he further cements himself as one of the best in the world. And this just reinforces how much he has matured on the field, learning to use provocation to his advantage and responding with football. Who would have thought that the same kid who was doubted early on would turn into this clutch machine? Vini addressed the provocation in his post-match interview, making it clear that he has never been afraid of any crowd. Honestly, the Brazilian was sharp both during the game and after it. His statements reflected his strong mentality and his love for challenges. Playing in hostile stadiums seems to fuel him even more, something that very few players can turn into an advantage. At the highest level of football, mentality makes all the difference, and Vini proved he's ready for any environment. His attitude only reinforces how focused he is on becoming one of the greatest names in football history. Post-match interview. "We saw you getting heavily booed at the start of the match in this stadium. And that banner referencing the Ballon d'Or? How did you take all of that?" "Well, every game is a new story, a fresh opportunity to showcase my potential and everything I've been doing on the pitch. I've never been afraid of any crowd, never feared anything that happens during a match. And every time the opposing fans do something, it only fires me up even more. It makes me want to score and put on a great performance. Tonight, I was very clear about what I needed to do to help my team. I won the Man of the Match award, and I hope to keep going like this to help us in the second leg. We saw you making a gesture with your shirt, as if showing Real Madrid's strength. Oh, they already know. Every time they play against us, it's tough for both sides. But in this competition, we always have something extra. We're counting on our fans in the return leg to support us and make it a great atmosphere. Honestly, the only thing funnier than Rodri's face after the match was the reaction of the fans after that 5-minute comeback. The stadium, which had been roaring with every Real Madrid mistake, fell completely silent after the third goal. You could see the frustration in the faces of the fans, who thought they had the win in the bag but ended up leaving with a bitter taste. It's turnarounds like this that make the Champions League such a special competition, and Real Madrid seems to have a special connection with these epic matches. Anyone who follows football knows you can never count Real Madrid out, especially when Vinicius Jr is on the pitch. I think both the fans and City have learned not to provoke Vinicius Jr. For their own sake, I hope they have. History shows that whenever they try to throw him off, he responds in the best way possible, with football. And players like that are rare in modern football. Many let it get to them or react in ways that end up hurting their team. But Vini has already figured out that the best response comes on the field, with dribbles, assists, and goals. If he keeps this up, it's only a matter of time before he's crowned the best player in the world. And his opponents will have to think twice before trying to mess with him. That's it, guys. Thanks, and see you next time. Rocket. This was yet another brilliant performance from Vinicius Jr in a Champions League match, proving once again why he's one of the most clutch players in the world. The big question remains, is he getting closer to winning the Ballon d'Or? His performances are making a strong case for it. If he keeps this level and Real Madrid secures more trophies, the award could be within reach. We'll have to wait and see how this story unfolds, but one thing is for sure, Vini knows how to shine when it matters most. And if you've made it this far, you're probably eager to see how Vini got back at the fans after playing a crucial role in Real Madrid's equalizing goal. Just look at how he celebrated in front of the same supporters who had been provoking him all night. So, everyone, what do you think about Vinicius Jr.'s reaction to the fans who tried to get under his skin throughout the match? Do you think he was right to respond this way, or should he have ignored them? I'd love to hear your opinion. This kind of situation always sparks debate, and everyone has a different view on what is acceptable in football. Some argue that a player has the right to respond on the field, while others believe the best answer is to stay composed and let the performance speak for itself. Either way, Vini once again proved that he thrives under pressure and enjoys using extra motivation to his advantage. And if there's one thing Vini knows how to do, it's delivering a statement. He did it with dazzling plays that had fans on their feet. And I include myself in that. I jumped out of my seat with every move he made. It's a shame he didn't get a goal, but his brilliant play at the end, which led to Bellingham's winner, was sensational. His dribbling, speed, and vision made the difference when it mattered most. Once again, Real Madrid showed its strength in big matches, and Vinicius was one of the key players in this incredible comeback. Not to mention, he did all this while being one of the most targeted players on the pitch, both by opponents and the home crowd. His ability to remain unfazed and still deliver at the highest level is what makes him such a special player.